what I'm going to do now is, after I made the modifications to my old turkey gun, is now I'm going to test to see which choke tube, which load would probably be the best. Now this is a Carlson Tatical breech choke. It's an improved cylinder, which should be, we know the benefits of that would be any load you want to put it into the 12 gauge. 12 gauge load is going to shoot it. But you also got to worry about how far the pattern is going to open up. Most people think guns are just point and shoot and that's it. It's not. It is an aiming gun. It can be very dangerous because anything that doesn't hit on target, you are responsible for it. So what we're going to do is, if I can find the right shells, that'll be a birdshot load. Do that first. Double alt buck will be in there. A number 5 shot. And a slug load. We're going to put those on paper. Now anything that doesn't hit in the circle you're responsible for, so talk about over penetration and stuff like that later. But we're just going to see what this choke tube will do on this load. Now, the average distance they see inside a home in a room is 21 feet. That's about 7 yards. Me personally, where I would be with this gun to my front door is exactly 10 paces for me, and that's 10 paces away. So you can see with this particular load, I would do fine with anything I wanted to put into the gun. Now you have to do a little bit more practice with some slugs to be able to hit what I'm aiming at. It looks like the wadding actually went through the paper as well, which I don't think it'd go through the door, but we shall see. So the birdshot was first, the slug was second, then you had a number 5, and then buckshot. I don't think there's anything actually made it off paper in there, but I'll go up and take a closer look. Just 10 paces. That is a long ways for it to open up. Actually, looks like this rifle slug went in sideways, like it wasn't flying straight. That's interesting to know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset. I'm going to take the slug load out of the equation, and I'm going to put it in my extra full turkey tube, shoot 3 more targets, and see what works. Okay, now we're going to do pretty much the same test as before, but I am going to take the slug out of the equation because I did put a extra full turkey tube in this gun. Keep having a problem with the shells today. There it is. So we'll do the same as before. The birdshot will be in first. Then let's put it in the buckshot load, that way it'll be last. Then we'll put it in the number 5. And I left the hole there, the target there from the slug load, because we're not going to shoot it this time, but let's just use it as reference. See what happens. Now, as you can see with that, much better pattern out of your birdshot and your turkey shot loads. My aim might be a little bit off today, you know. That's a very distinct possibility, but I'm really impressed on how that 2 3/4 Remington double alt buckshot load did. I think that's perfect Of course, I would take any of those shots as a lethal blow. Now you get to the whole conversation of what's better. Well, the truth is there's not one gun that fits everything. There never has been, there never will be. We get close with stuff and you're trying to do the best of all worlds. Now what I did was take a shotgun that I wasn't using anymore. I've had this one for about 8 or 9 years now. I have hunted with it. I've taken deer with it. And I've done some testing with choke tubes on this gun already, because I kind of expected that to go on, what you just saw in that last round with that turkey tube in it. And different loads will react differently with different choke tubes in every gun, and no two are the same. We found that out many times over. But it's a lot about what's on the other side of that target that you got to worry about and what load you're going to pick. It's also, can you make that shot? If there's a shot there that you just have to make, can you make that shot? And that's the question we all got to ask ourselves most of the time. But you know, then they're kind of looking at that one we put the slug in. Like, I just can't let that target go to waste. See what I can do. Oh, check it out. Had a jam. And that was a failure to feed. It was 2 failures to feed to go in a battery, or whatever you want to call it. And I've not had that problem out of this gun ever before, but today was the very first time I ever picked up Tola ammo, Tola Brass Max, which I didn't expect a whole lot out of it. But we'll see. You know, sometimes you just got to practice. I don't know if that's the rounds or if that's me. Now, one thing I've always believed you should do, and most people will tell you this, is sometimes you just got to get out, have fun with it, and practice. There's no substitute for practice. There never has been and never will be. So let's just have some fun. You never know how your equipment's going to react, how you're going to react with it. You never actually try to practice. And as you can see, I need a lot of it. Ain't done yet. This will be 7.5 Winchester, just regular old skeet loads with an extra full turkey tube against that log, just for the heck of it. And that, my friends, is why people love a 12 gauge.